Hi, I'm Power Monkey, and in this tutorial video I'm going to be teaching you about values. So what values are essentially if you just press the plus over here and then you type in value, all the values are going to show up over here. So let's just create a folder and then let's add all the values. Okay, so I've added all of the values that we can use. So let's just change this to values folder. So we're going to add a script inside server script service. So let's just rename this to values. And let me just add a little comment. So this is episode number 10 and we're going to do values. So these are all the values that we're going to be looking at. So they're over here in this folder. So values, you're going to be using them to store information to communicate with other scripts. So like that, when you have multiple scripts in your game, all your scripts can reference that one value and it will make it easier. So let's look at the first one that we're going to be looking at, and it's the bool value. So bool value, this just holds a Boolean value. So I've already talked about Boolean. You should know what they are by now. So a Boolean value is just something that is true or false. So let's get this bool value over here. So we're going to create a new variable called bool val, and we're going to make that equal to, first let's make another variable referencing the folder. So we're going to do folder equals workspace dot values folder. Okay, so now that we've referenced the folder, we don't need to put the words, we can just do folder dot bool value. So we can then just go ahead and change this bool value to, so to change it, we're going to do bool val dot value. So if we look over here, we have the properties over here. So we're just going to change this value to true because right now it's false. So we're going to do equals true. So that's pretty simple. That's just a bool value. So let's move on to the next one, which is a string value. So we're going to create a new variable referencing the string value. So we're going to do string val equals folder dot string value. Then we're going to do string val dot value equals, right now the string value is empty. So we're going to, let's just do hello world because that's just easy. So we're just going to do hello world. So you can change this string value to any string that you want. So you can put anything in these parentheses and it will store your string value inside this string value over here. So let's move on to the next one, which is number value. So let's do local num val equals folder dot number value. Then we can do numval dot value, and then we can have any numbers, so we can use decimals here. So let's just do 56.4 and let's just do 7, 6 and 1. So that's essentially this number value, which it's at 0. That's the default value for number values. So let's just write holds string value, and then here this holds a number value. So that includes decimals. And the next one is the int value. So this just holds an integer value. So we can once again do local int val equals folder dot int value. And then to change it, we can just do int val dot value. This one, it needs to be an integer, so it can't be a decimal. So let's do 702. The default value for the int value is also 0. We can do minus number, so we can just change that to minus 702. Same with the number value. So let's move on to the next one, which is the object value. So this just holds an object value. So right now the object value is nil. So we haven't assigned it to a value. So we can just do local obj val equals folder dot object value. Then we can just do obj val dot value equals, and then we can just do workspace.baseplate. So we're setting the object's value to be the base plate. So essentially what it's going to do, you can change it manually if you just click on the value and then click on the base plate, and then it will change the value to the base plate. So then you can change the base plate color by referencing the object value. So you could do obgval.value dot, let's do brick color equals brick color dot new, and let's just do pink. So that will just change the base plate's color to pink. So let's move on to the next one, is brick color. So let's do brick color value. So this holds a brick color value. So we can do local brick color val equals folder dot brick color value, and then we can just do brick color val dot value, and then we can just change this brick color. So right now the brick color is set to medium stone gray. That's the default brick color that you get. So we're going to change this to new, and you know what, we're going to change this to pink, and we're actually gonna, instead of doing that, we are going to do this, and then we're going to change this value. So we're going to do brick color val dot value. So this will change the base plate's brick color to pink. So let's do the next one, which is color 3 value. So this holds a color 3 value. So the default color 3 value is just black, as you can see over here. So we're going to do local color val equals folder dot color 3 value, and then we're going to do color 3 val dot value to change it, and we're going to set a color 3 value. So we're going to do color 3, let's do from RGB, and then let's select this blue color over here, and then let's do a weight 5, and then we can change the base plate's color to this color 3 value over here. So we can do objval dot value dot color equals color val dot value. So this will just change the base plate's color over here to this color value that we have set it to. So what's the next value that we're going to be looking at? And that is the vector 3. So vector 3 value. So let's do vec val equals folder dot vector 3 value. Then we can do vec val dot value equals vector 3 dot new. The default is just 0, 0, 0. So where is it? It's over here. So it's just 0 on all the axes. Let's change this to 20, 6, and 7. And then we can now change the base plate's position with this vector value. So let's do objval.value.position equals vec_val.value. We could also change the size and the orientation with this vector 3 value. So now let's do the C-frame value. So let's get that C-frame value over here. So local C-frame val equals folder dot C-frame value. So let's do C-frame val dot value, and then let's set this to C-frame. You can't actually set the C-frame manually. You have to set it with a script. As you see, there is no value data property here that we can change, so you have to set it manually with a script. So we're going to do cframe.new, and we're just going to do vector3.new. Whoops. Let's do vector3.new like this, and then we're just going to set this to be 40, 20, and 40, and then let's set the look vector. So we're going to do vector3.new, and then we're going to make this 80, 20, 40, so that it will have a little bit of a tilt. So let's do weight 3, so that we can see that position change, and then we can wait a little bit, and then we'll change the base plate again. We'll do dot value dot C-frame equals C-frame val dot value. So that will just change the C-frame of the base plate to this C-frame value that we have assigned it to. So what's next? ray. So the last one is the ray value. So this holds a ray value. Let's get the ray values. So rayval equals folder dot ray value, and then let's do rayval dot value equals ray dot new. So basically you just say the position where you want your ray to start. So I'm going to want my ray to start. Let's do dot new, and then let's do 2 2 2, so it will start at position 2 2 2, and then we give it its look vector. So let's do vector 3 dot new, and then we can do 4 4 4, so that it will be a diagonal line. Okay, so we're going to want to run this script. So before we do that, let's actually change the base plate to, let's add a part real quick. Whoops, let's do part. Let's see where the part is. Let's put this part over here. Let's anchor it. So Alt A, and then let's do part, because the base plate is just really big. So I feel like it'll be trickier to see the changes when we're changing the position. So the pink part is here, and then it's gone blue and it's changed its position. And then it's C frame. Where did it go? Oh, it went over here. So as you can see, this is the part. So that was it for this tutorial. If you liked this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe, and you can click that notification bell if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!